And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. We got a live one today. We got a live one. ISO 20022. It's going to launch in like a day or so. What that'll be, it's not crypto, it's messaging, but advanced messaging. It'll go hand in hand in the future when they run crypto with it. All right. So we already have a bank verified telling us they're going live on the 1st of April. Okay. Now, I do realize in Europe, they're a day ahead of us. So that would put them at the 31st already. So maybe in Europe right now, it's 3 in the morning or 8 in the morning. Wait, no, it's the next day. It's like 12 hours ahead of us or something in the Pacific time. So you guys are getting real close. We're going over this ISO 202 finally. Now, check it out. If your cryptos are not ISO, if they don't work in tandem with ISO 20022, then they won't be working with payments. Okay, so that's what this channel is specifically about. But then you've got foreign trade, you got all kind, everything ties into payments. So it's 2:27 p.m. in the United Kingdom, 3:27 in Amsterdam. Okay, so tonight when it hits April 1st over there. Oh, wait, no, it's the same day as here, so they're the PM. Okay, so you're still March 30th. All right. Well, whatever it is, April 1st, that's when this is going to go down. I got an article. If you look on the community page, I have this. Let me just keep it here for a second. And what that is, it's a little organization of today's show. I have a little bit of that little chart that I made comes in really handy. All right. Let me break down who got here first today. Crypto She-Hulk. No rest for the wicked. Yep. Henry Brown. April 1st, they must think we fools, or it's foolery. We shall find out. And Ed Doxy. Thank you, Ed Doxy. Thanks, Hulk. The rabbit hole of information you find is amazing. I just say so myself, yes. Kurt Scott's here early in the morning. Hoo-wee. We're going to go over this right now. Let me get my notes lined up. The little chart that I wrote on the community page, it breaks it down real good. Because what I'm looking at is you have a bank called Raiffeisen, and they made their own crypto and their blockchain. They have what's called tokenized cash. Like, they're already considered a electronic money in Poland. So it's out of the EU. So what happens in one country, it all kind of works with all of them. There's quite a bit to today's show. Having the chart that I wrote down helps you break it down and really see where all these connections are. Without this, you're going to seem like we're all over the place here. So that's why I had to draw. I've never had to really draw a chart before. But there's a lot of connections, all right? Frank Meyer, thank you for that, Frank. Appreciate it. This first super chat, Frank Meyer. Good morning. My social credit score is too high. Looking to lower it, and my financial one. Darren White, a member for 4 months. Raiffeisen Bank is who I bank with here in Germany. It's a big foundation here in Germany that deals with mortgages and lending. Oh. Well, we're going to learn some stuff about this little Raiffeisen Bank. They already got crypto going. Yes, they invented their own. Or they didn't invent it, actually. We're going to get into who made it for them, but they got it all ready to go. Let's find the article here. So I'm going to show you my initial article. Somebody sent me this and wanted me to do a part of the show on it or something, or at least just wanted me to see it. So let's look at it, shall we? Again, here's how it always goes. This is good. Showing Raiffeisen Bank. Is there a date on this article? No. It's like an announcement to their customers. On April 1st, as the entire banking Swiss system is switching to the ISO 20022. Now, we don't know when the entire banking system will be complete. I think it's around 2025 is their deadline, but they're going to try to push everybody to get it done, obviously, first. This article just speaks specifically about their bank. So remember now, there's a time frame when you can start ISO and then end it. Anywhere in the middle, you can start it, okay? Anywhere along the spectrum. But the Bank for International Settlements is going to push you to get that shit done right away. During the night, okay, now it gets a little, during the night of March 31st to April, so right now, tomorrow is March 31st. See how close this is? Like, they're ready to start this ISO stuff, like, right away. And since this channel deals primarily with payment cryptos, the 3Xs, this is a very interesting one because all of those are going to be using this ISO, all the money. During the night of March 31st to April 1st, 2023, Raiffeisen Bank together with the entire banking system of Ukraine. Oh, notice how Ukraine gets in the middle of this? There's something to this. They will switch to the new generation electronic payment system of the NBU SEP 4.0 and implement ISO 20022. Now, I don't know when the rest of the world's going to do all this, but at least Raiffeisen Bank with Ukraine. Wonder why the United States is not doing this, but Ukraine is. Very interesting. Have we already done it? I don't know. Just showing you. The NBU is implementing ISO standard for IBAN to IBAN payments. So the changes will not extend to bank card securities or trading in commercial transactions. Let's see what my notes have to say here. Third paragraph talks about Ukraine switches to a SEP 4, and it will need a few weeks to adjust. Thought that was rather interesting. At April 1st, after 3 p.m., after 3 p.m., the login to the system will be renewed, and all payments will be executed gradually. So they're going to start this new system, and it's going to take a few weeks for everything to kind of get going. And it says they're going to like release transactions gradually. So we'll see what that means. Okay, so that is pretty much, that article is the first bank that I know of that's come out and said they're going to do it and when. And, you know, I don't know if other banks are going to do this at this time, or some already are, some already have. I'm just going by what I see. So I don't necessarily go by, well, you know, in a report 5 years ago, they said that I'm going by what I got. So there's so much, well, he said this and they said this and this YouTuber said that. Okay, I'm going by what I got, not by what I say. All right, that's how this channel rolls. So right now we're seeing two countries. Because this Raiffeisen Bank, I think, is out of Austria, but we know at least the Ukraine switching over. So I'm just kind of wondering what's with that, right? Just seems kind of weird. But so that's the article that I was given. Doesn't really say a whole lot about anything else. Okay, it's very, very one single thing about it, and it's Ukraine switching to ISO. It's all it's saying. It's not saying when all the other countries are or nothing. So the article's pretty limited on what it's like telling us right here. But I did some digging, and I found a ton. So here we go. I've got a Wikipedia page on this. Just thought I'd let you see that. And yeah, Ukraine was testing Stellar. And they might have been testing other ones as well. We don't know. What you really have to go by, everybody, is what you see. Do you have that page? Because otherwise, they could be testing 11 different ones. I've seen all this happen. So, but then the more, even if you don't have specifics, what I do is if I show you 8 different businesses that are Ripple partners linked up with, let's say, Raiffeisen Bank, now we've got some more circumstantial evidence showing that, well, it's looking pretty much like they're using XRP because they got this company, that company, that company, that company, that company. It kind of makes you start thinking, well, why would they have all these Ripple partners or Stellar partners or R3 partners if they're not going to use it? That just doesn't make sense. So that's kind of how I run the show. Is the more evidence I gather, it's starting to look pretty real. And my flow chart will show it. So we've got a Wikipedia page, and I didn't find anything necessarily. This is more of a background. I read through the Wikipedia trying to find links to things. They got a Hong Kong branch, so I know the Hong Kong government has done a test with the Ripple team, and they collaborate together on it. But this company here, even if you look through the Wikipedia about the Raiffeisen Bank, still not going to find anything. But Crypto Hulk keeps digging. And then I find this, which is pretty much my golden ticket to the rest of the show. Jake Little, get him, Hulk. I'm trying to. That first article gives me nothing. Then I go to the second article, which is a Wikipedia, gives me nothing. Now this third one, now we're starting to get something. All right. Now this is where the rubber meets the road, as they say, right? This article is just about 3 years old. Okay, there's nothing recent that I can necessarily find a lot, but here's a announcement here. Austrian Raiffeisen Bank to pilot tokenized cash. Using Billon blockchain. Now let's look at this. 3 years ago, this bank has tokenized cash. That's a big deal. They got crypto already. Then they have their own blockchain. That means they probably started this 6 years ago. Okay. So now we got to start thinking back for like 6 years. Because if they came out with this 3 years ago, maybe they were developing it 5 years before and finally figured out. So this could go back 8 years. Okay. So this was what I found interesting is this bank 3 years ago has already gotten crypto in a blockchain. I'm like, my God. So now I'm starting to, there's something here that I need to start digging into. All right. Second paragraph. Let me look at my notes. I'm going to follow along. Crypto enables the tokenization of national. Yeah, this crypto, it says here, enables tokenization of national currency. That's huge right there. I'm like, wow. So that would be like digital dollar of some sort, national currency. So they're considered electronic money, and they have a license in Poland. Raiffeisen Bank International, RBI, is to digitize bank account cash as an RBI coin. Again, very interesting from like 3 years ago. You have a bank dealing with this. Then you got other banks. Oh, crypto's bad. Crypto's bad. Well, why the fuck did they make theirs? See what I'm talking about? I don't believe none of these motherfuckers. That's why I find evidence and show it to you guys. Second paragraph, who do we got involved in this? JP Morgan, Ripple partner, or they're using a Ripple partner. Finality, it's got all kinds of Ripple partners up in that, okay? So here is the evidence right here is you've got JP Morgan, and they've been in this back from day one, years, probably back at Bitcoin and before. So you got a major JP Morgan with Finality involved in this. Now I'm thinking, oh, cool. Now we're starting to see some traction here. Third paragraph. Here the focus is more on pure payments to make them faster. Well, we start talking about payment cryptos. Need I say more, right? We got the XRP, XLM, XTC. The benefits have similarities. The article says, the last sentence in the third paragraph, the benefits of this Billon crypto, the benefits of the RBI coin, it says here, it's very similar to Ripple's on-demand liquidity, but it does not require the use of cryptocurrency. Now, the author to this probably doesn't have any idea, but they're pretty much using XRP. They are. That's why it looks familiar, because they are. You got JP Morgan and Finality in there. Wait till I show you the connections with that, okay? Next paragraph. This show will be a shorter program. This won't be a super long program at all. Let me go down and look. Billon is a great example of a fintech that understands how to adapt blockchain to serve to the needs of the banks and their clients. Banks need to partner with fintechs to innovate faster. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing this Billon Bank link up with JP Morgan and Finality, and you're going to find a whole lot of connections right there. Like, this is massive. That's why I had to draw out the flow chart, not the flow chart. I had to draw out this diagram and put it on the community page for you to kind of see where all these connections go together. It says here in the second to last paragraph, Billon, which is their crypto, expects the pilot to complete by the end of the year. So they were done with this, tested and everything, 2020. They've been using this for like 2.5 years already. Just want to let you know. Now we're getting into all the evidence from it. Let's go to the first article. Now, here's the first one. Some of these I'm going to show out of order, but you got some deep partnerships with this Raiffeisen bank. It's not just, so that very, very first article just told us they were going ISO. The second article was a Wikipedia, kind of gave us an idea on what the company was, but we didn't see any connections so far. The third article, which I just showed you, boom, JP Morgan Finality. And that's where all this evidence is, where I'm going to show you that it's all about the 3X cryptos. We got Sergio Morales. Mr. Hulk, does that mean April 1st, institutional money comes from the main net, not the secondary net? Or am I understanding the wrong? Former CEO myself. You know, I'm just reporting on what I see here. I'm not getting into any other speculative stuff. I'm just going to focus on the facts that I got right here. Jake Little, get him, Hulk. Thank you for that. Carrie Azevedo gifted 5 Crypto Hulk memberships. Oh, goody. Let's see who are the lucky members. Now you just get picked at random. YT picks you at random for this. 589, Legal sheet. And then Jay Bizzle got it. Dean, Bora Park, Jeremy Fitzpatrick, and then Hambone. So there's your first tie-in. Is you got payments platform Ripple inks a deal with Accenture. Accenture's massive. Okay, Ripple's tied into Accenture. Accenture is tied into this whole deal. Next article I'm going to show you here is BNY Mellon. Copy. So this little Raiffeisen bank is so in deep with Ripple, I'm going to show you right now. The author of that article had no idea. So there's the BNY Mellon. With that, now we're starting to get a lot deeper here with all these connections. Every time I click this and show you another one, this thing gets deeper and deeper. Now, this next article we see BNY Mellon utilizes blockchain to digitize. So we already know that BNY Mellon was one of the earliest partners in Ripple. Okay. BNY Mellon Bank is massive. I think $45 trillion they have in custodial assets. That means they're holding people's money, investments valued at $45 trillion. I'm like, my God. But BNY Mellon Ripple partner utilizes blockchain. Gee, I wonder which one. This article is from 2 years ago, maybe less. It's about the Marco Polo network. This is something that's very interesting, I found. Through its participation in the Marco Polo network, BNY Mellon is now able to more efficiently insert liquidity in providing supply chain finance solutions. So now this kind of is like VeChain in a way, but not quite. VeChain is a supply chain logistics crypto, and VeChain tracks shit. What this does is it's a supply chain finance solution. So it's like a payment crypto. Marco Polo is to pay shipping companies all around the world so they can get their money fast. This is like global. This is big. And what's so big about it is you got 45 banks involved. Okay. Utilizing, this is the under Marco Polo network, the last paragraph. Utilizing Marco Polo, BNY Mellon will not only provide financing to suppliers, but will also have real-time visibility into trade finance instruments, meaning crypto, instruments or cryptocurrencies, and their status, such as purchase orders and invoices. So that's what this Raiffeisen is involved in with BNY Mellon. Let me go to the next page here to show you. Now here's Accenture again. I already showed you earlier. Accenture was a Ripple partner. Now here's another page with Accenture. So we're looking at an Accenture website. It's called Accenture Trade IX. You notice how there's always something with an X going on? It's usually indicative of XRP, XLM, or XDC. Right here, you have Marco Polo Network. Bam, right there. So you see how all this is all starting to come together? You've got Ripple in this stuff, BNY Mellon, Accenture, like these massive companies are all involved in this. I'm going to let this article go, but this is about trade. So Accenture is all mixed up in this trade stuff. They're into Marco Polo. So is BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank. It's probably one of the richest banks as far as custody. Let's go to the next article. So it took me a while to connect all these dots. Let me tell you, I had to do a bunch of research trying to find out who's working with who and da. I was like a little investigator yesterday. Here's this next article. Former Ripple executive says banks will need XRP for payment system of the future. This is dated 3 years ago. I want you to notice in the first paragraph, it says the project was initiated in 2019 by Finality. Here we go. Finality International, a company created by Banco de Santander, Ripple partner. It's created by Barclays, Ripple partner. I don't know what PLC. I think Credit Suisse has some kind of Ripple connection, and then there's other members involved. So they're talking about a payment system, Finality. Okay, it's called Utility Settlement Coin, and that's what the project was initiated by Finality International, created by Banco Santander. So there's some banks that got together and determined to make a utility settlement coin. Now, Finality is involved in there. Like I said, Banco Santander and Barclays are Ripple partners. So Ripple's getting in on, they're utilizing Ripple technology because anybody can build out Ripple. Let's say the XRP ledger, anybody can build on the XRP ledger. So let me get that straight. So they're utilizing the XRP ledger to make something called utility settlement coins. Some people might say, oh, they're going to replace XRP. No, they're not. They're building on top of XRP because this utility settlement coin. So you can build on top of the XRP ledger. You don't need Ripple's permission because it's a permissionless ledger, okay? It's open and permission. It's not a closed ledger. It's not private. Now, they have a private ledger as well, but this one is probably going to be the open ledger. Well, this might be the private ledger. They might have built this one on the private ledger. I don't know, but I know that with the XRP ledger, it is open because the World Wide Web Consortium has control over it. And they keep it to where it's open. So there's that one we just saw. Oh, and it talks about down below, 1, 2, 3 paragraphs below. It supports payment versus payment. Well, we just talked about that yesterday. Payment versus payment and how they completed everything. They're all ready to go. This is all global. So they were working on this, what, almost 3 years ago? This utility settlement coin, they've been working on it. Guess what? They're all done. Because I did a report yesterday on this PVP, payment versus payment. If you want to call it atomic swap, whatever, atomic settlement, okay? I just got done with that yesterday saying that was the final report for the BIS. And looky here today what we find. It pops up right there. Next. Now let's look at, well, what is Finality, Crypto Hulk? What are the companies in Finality? I'm just curious, okay? You're going to see that it's got Ripple all up in it. Now, maybe not, yeah, some of them, we'll just watch. You'll see. Here's Finality. There's 14 banks involved. Let's start. Right at the top, ING, Ripple partner, Mizuho, Ripple partner, MFUG, world's 5th largest bank, Ripple partner, NASDAQ, partnering with R3, which is the XDC crypto, Santander, Ripple partner. I'm not sure about SMBC or State Street, UBS, Ripple partner, Barclays, Ripple partner, BNY Mellon, Ripple partner. We just went over it, CIBC, Canada Bank, tied in with Australia, Ripple partner as well. And Ripple is running Australia's cryptocurrency program. Commerce Bank is mixed up in this. Credit Suisse is mixed up along with KBC. There you have that one. Next. Whoops. If we go back up here, we'll see a Tron Weekly article. DBS joins Ripple partner R3 for the Contour Finance. I know DBS was in there somewhere. And you got Singapore there. I think, I don't know where the relation was. Somewhere when I was looking around, I saw all this. But just for your information, DBS, from what I understand, is a Ripple partner. But then you got R3s mixed up in this as well. I'm going to leave this one alone. I don't know why I included in this. I think when I was looking around, I saw DBS somewhere and then maybe dropped another article somewhere. But just remember these names, DBS and R3 and stuff. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here's why I have DBS. All right, now it's starting to make sense. So DBS joins R3. Whoops. And here's why I wanted to show you the DBS. Because DBS, R3 partner, here you got them working with JP Morgan. Now I remember what the connection is that. And JP Morgan is all in Raiffeisen Bank along with Finality. That's why I just showed you Finality. So now you can see the connection with JP Morgan and DBS. So they work together with Raiffeisen. Next. Copy. Paste. All right. Ripple partner and JP Morgan. So here's how we know JP Morgan is using Ripple technology because JP Morgan joined with the Al Farden exchange. And what does the Al Farden exchange do? Second paragraph. It's a major firm for money transfer and currency exchange. JP Morgan joined with a Ripple partner so it can transfer money and exchange money. Got it? There you go. There's your connection with Ripple for that. And that goes into the Raiffeisen Bank. Because the Raiffeisen Bank is now able to exchange and send money because JP Morgan's their partner and JP Morgan partnered with Al Farden Exchange. Now it's all starting to come together. Here's an exclusive right here. This article is like a couple days ago. The European Central Bank pressures Austria's Raiffeisen Bank to quit working in Russia. I just put this in here because it's just very interesting. We also have in the third paragraph, the French bank Société Générale. We already said how they are using a Ripple partner, like I think it's Volante. So they got out of that country, Société Générale. So I found that was a good one too. Next. See what we got here. Ripple partner FIS and the clearinghouse joined forces to bring real-time payments for U.S. banks. Let me see here. Let me look. I should have switched this one and another one around. Let me start here. Let me see something here. Give me credit. Fuck it, I'll just continue with the article. I'll have to see the relationship later. So you have something called FIS, and in the United States you have something called the clearinghouse, and they are one of the majorest players for clearing within the United States. I'm just going to keep this article here. I can't find the exact relationship, but it had to do with what we were studying. Let me go on to the next article here. Copy. All right. Unicredit Bank. Uni- Unicredit white paper explores blockchain uses for banks. Now, this article is dated 7 years ago. Okay. Unicredit is mixed in with this Raiffeisen Bank. I'm going to try to show the relationship here, if not here in the next article. Italian-born Unicredit published a white paper. They're tied in with R3, it says right here. So that's XDC crypto. And I'm not going to get into Unicredit and what it does and what it is. I know it was related to the Raiffeisen Bank. You probably missed it on the last article. But at least you can see where R3 fits right in there. This next one, MasterCard. MasterCard's tied into all this as well. So that little Raiffeisen Bank article turns into this big octopus. MasterCard joins Marco Polo Trade Finance Network. MasterCard announced it has joined the Marco Polo Network. And this is like 4 years ago. So that Marco Polo Network has got like 45 banks involved in it, along with Raiffeisen Bank. You got R3. If you look at the last paragraph here, it says R3. It says the future of enterprise technology is integrated, blah, 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 said David E. Rutler, CEO of R3. So here we go again, where you've got MasterCards mixed in with the Raiffeisen Bank and all the BNY Mellon, the Ripple partners. MasterCard, R3 is here. A lot of connections with that one simple article we started with. MasterCard is also in deep with Ripple. Because we know this for a fact, they don't have to come out and say that they're partners, because this next article clearly shows Ripple is partners with MasterCard because they have an XRP MasterCard that came out like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. So bam, I think MasterCard is in the Marco Polo. Everybody's using Ripple, XDC, and they're all using XLM. I'm just showing you all the relationships right now. Ripple and MasterCard are so close that a MasterCard executive named Cindy Young went to go work for Ripple straight from MasterCard. This is my last article, maybe not. I think this is my last article on this whole show. Michael Gruner, thanks for your donation to the channel. Appreciate that. Nice work, sir. You've done one hell of a deep dive. Again, go to the community page later. I have a nice diagram. This is for those that just showed up, because not everybody's notified. I've got this diagram that breaks down this whole show. This diagram makes the whole show very easy to understand because I got all the connections drawn out with nice little lines and notes and stuff. Take a look at that when the show's over. But thanks again, Michael Motorcycle. Now, here's where ING, Ripple partner, here's where Credit Suisse comes in. Maybe earlier, remember I said I didn't know if Credit Suisse was a member of Ripple. Well, if they're not an exact direct member with Ripple, they're with ING, and ING is with Ripple. So now you have Credit Suisse tied in with ING, with the Finality, along with the Raiffeisen Bank. It's all tied in. Let's see what else in this article. Oh, they got R3 Corda mentioned in this article right there. So there we go. XDC again. There's a connection with XDC. So I would get that crypto. Personally, I'm not a financial advisor. This show is all a lie. Nothing's true at all in this program. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. So there you have that. Let me check some questions, but those are all the links, and there's all the everything comes together. Let me take a look at my little diagram I got. Finality. Partner. Yeah, I broke this down pretty good. You got payment versus payment. Okay, good. All right, so the ISOs will be starting like in a day or two. Everything that we just went over is all ISO 2.0. They're all going to be using that messaging platform. And what we just went over is they're all using R3. You kept seeing R3 coming up with trade. So this one, a lot of it, the Marco Polo is all about trade. So you're going to see a heavy XDC in that one. But remember, in order to move the trade stuff, you've got to have a platform. So that's where the XRP ledger. So they work together. They're not competing. They're not fighting. One article we read a couple of days ago, R3 is the Ripple killer. No, that's for a dumb reporter. Dumb reporters say stupid shit like that, all right? These cryptos, and all of them, whether it's HBAR and all shit, they work together to accomplish different things. Maybe HBAR carries some sort of value on an XR. It's a truck that drives on the XRP ledger. Got it? So maybe this particular company is not using XRP to send funds, but they need to transport that trade item, which is an R3. So R3 drives the truck on top of an XRP ledger. It's like the road. Okay, so they all work together. So whatever these cryptos that you get, I favor the triple X's, but to diversify more, go and get the other ones, CeeLo, Quant, shit like that. We went over those before. All the ones that are the ISOs, just get those. Nicholas, thanks for being a member for 7 months. Thank you for your views on the news. Well, they're my views, but also the truth. Quant is so expensive. Okay, so forget the Quant one then. But all of these cryptos are pretty much a great deal right now. It's a special. We're having a special. We got a 2-for-1 on XRP right now we're running. That'll be it for today's show. 42 minutes. We're done. Hulk, are you buying XDC? I've already bought all my crypto 3 years ago. I haven't bought any since. It's all been in cold storage. When I invested all I could afford to lose. So from here on out, I need to stick to what I agreed to when I started with crypto. What I'm doing is buying gold. So I've got all my cryptos that I need, and all the cryptos took me 2.5 years to make my loan payment. So I paid off all the money for my crypto. I'm not going into debt to buy any more. See, look, let's say all this goes bad, all right, and we're left with nothing. I'm not putting everything I got into nothing. So I've set out 3 years ago with how much can I afford to lose, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm gonna find out new stuff. Oh, this one now. I don't care. I already made my decision. So now I'm betting, and I'm hoping everything works great with cryptocurrencies and we end up super rich. But if we don't, that's why I'm getting gold. So for the past, I don't know, 6-7 months or so, I've been buying gold when I can afford it. So at least if gold goes up 5 times, whatever I put in gold, I get 5 times that. And hey, I've got some other things in the real world I'm working on as far as different streams of cash flow. So crypto is just part of how I intend to get money. It's not like 100% I'm putting everything into it. Then in the end, if it just they make everything illegal, they somehow arrest me and do all kinds of shit. Then at least I haven't lost everything. So this is how I'm doing it. A lot of you guys are brand new, so you want to buy I'm done buying. I'm done with that shit. These people are like, oh, I'm backing the truck up. See, that's all dramatics. These other shows, they've been saying that shit for 3 years. Like, dude, how are you if it is true, then how the fuck you getting all this money every single fucking week to back the truck up? I want to know that because for 3 years I've been listening to these different shows. Their sponsors must be paying them a shit ton of money every fucking month. I don't know how they afford that. You know, I mean, it's almost like they're lying. But if they're not lying, then how much are these sponsors paying you? Like $200,000-300,000 a year? I mean, because fuck, for 3 years I've been listening. They keep buying shit. Oh, I'm buying PolySign. If you go to buy PolySign, you got to spend a minimum of like 5 to 10 grand. And it seems like almost every month, they're like, oh, they put PolySign back on. I think I'm going to buy some more. Like, dude, you must have spent $500,000 over the past 3 years that I'm listening to you on this channel. And it's just interesting. So no, I'm not buying anymore. I'm all done. I have a limit, and that's my limit. Marinus Vonderwall, thanks for your donation to the channel. Appreciate that. I think that'll do it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be working on Velo is ISO. No, Velo isn't XLM. That's Stellar. Metals very suppressed. Yeah, that's why I'm getting metals. But great to see you, Hulk, says Bond. All right, I'm going to end this. I got to take care of stuff. I got to go see a physical therapist about my back and do some shit today. I'll be working on a show for tonight at 6:30. So that'll be like 11 hours from now. Really? Yeah. Damn, 11 hours from now. Okay, so that's when I'll make my next show. You might not get notified, but that's how YT works. And make sure you complain. Always put the complaints in the open chat below the show if you have problems, because I have somebody who's kind of looking into some things right now on my channel. I'm not going to say who or what, but they're kind of looking at them. So if you're not getting notified or there's no chat box or nothing, so just do that. And I'll see everybody in about 11 hours from now.